عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعزائي طلبة وطالبات الفرقة الأولى شعبة اللغة الإنجليزية بكلية التجارة، أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم مرة تانية معنا في سيكشن جديد بخصوص مادة مايكرو ايكونومكس. معكم حسام الدين أحمد، مدرس مساعد في كلية التجارة بقسم الاقتصاد والمالية العامة. النهاردة في السيشن اللي احنا فيه ده نحل على أسئلة على الايكونوميك بروبلم اللي هو شابتر 2. تمام، نبدأ ندخل في الموضوع على طول. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أول سؤال معانا MCQ question أو أسئلة اختيار من متعدد. مبدئيا كده زي ما قلنا أسئلة ال MCQ بيجي قدامك السؤال بتفكر فيه كويس، تختار إجابة من الأربع إجابات اللي موجودين قدام حضرتك. يعني ناخد أول نقطة على طول كده نبتدي. Refer to exhibit 6. If the economy is operating at point C, the opportunity cost of producing an additional 20 units of bacon is. بيقول لي لو الاقتصاد operating at point C اللي هي النقطة دي اللي هي نقطة C، تمام؟ عند نقطة C أنا بنتج 20 وحدة من البيكون و50 وحدة من الإجز، تمام؟ بيقول لي إيه بقى هو؟ The opportunity cost of producing an additional 20 units of bacon. In order to produce additional 20 units of bacon, the total amount of production would be 40. At this point is A. 40 units of bacon. If produced, that means no eggs is being produced. ده الاكستريم كيس يا جماعه اللي اتكلمنا عليه قبل كده، ان انا بوجه الريسورسز كلها لانتاج البيكون. بما اني بنتج كل حاجه بيكون بوجه انتاجي في ناحيه واحده كامله، ده معناه ان الناحيه الثانيه انا ما بنتجش. اذا انتاج 20 more units of bacon would cost me 50 units of eggs اللي هي الاجابه نمبر دي. تمام. السؤال اللي بعده refer to exhibit 6. If the economy were operating at point E اللي هي دي، تمام؟ ايه من الاجوبه التاليه الادق او الموست accurate one بالنسبه للكلام اللي احنا بنقوله؟ عندي ايه؟ انا بنتج 20 units of bacon and 30 units of eggs. The opportunity cost number A. The opportunity cost of 20 additional units of eggs is 10 units of bacon. If I want to increase the production of eggs by 20 units, so it would be 50 units of eggs. At such point where it is located at C, we produce 50 units of eggs and 20 units of bacon. You find that it will cost you nothing because originally you were at a point of underemployment, insufficient allocation of scarce resources. So you have plenty of resources that are not used. So increasing the production of either goods would cost you nothing at all. تمام؟ فالإجابة هتبقى رقم دي اللي هي 20 additional units of eggs can be produced with no impact on bacon production. Bacon production will not be affected because I have already unemployed resources that would be used in order to produce more eggs or the 20 additional units of eggs. The answer is number D. Refer to exhibit 6. Point F represents what? Back in our face-to-face session, we explained the difference between the 3 points which were located in. Number 1, inside the curve, outside the curve, number 2, number 3, on the curve or at the production possibility front A. Number 1, inside the curve, representing inefficient or underemployment of scarce resources. About the one outside the curve, representing unattainable points where our resources cannot be enough to produce at such level. The points on the production possibility frontier represents the efficient allocation of scarce resources. So, point number F represents unattainable combination of eggs and bacon. At such point, we cannot operate our economy because we have no sufficient resources for producing such a level of bacon and eggs. So the answer would be, let's read them. A combination of production that can be reached if we reduce the production of eggs by 20 units. No, that's not the correct answer. If I reduce the production of eggs by 20 units, such point will still be insufficient or not unattainable. Sorry. A combination of production that can be reached if there is a sufficient advance in technology. Sounds correct. بيقول لي في النقطة دي إن النقطة اللي أنا التنبل دي كلها أنا ممكن أحصل عليها بس بمجرد ما يحصل تطور تكنولوجي. التطور التكنولوجي بيعمل إيه؟ بيعمل outward shift في البرودكشن possibility frontier for outside، بيتنقل من هنا يطلع لفوق، فلما يطلع لفوق كده بيبقى غطى النقطة بتاعت F، بتبقى ممكنة الإنتاج، فدي الحالة اللي ممكن أنتج فيها F. لو بصينا على الاختيارات C و D برضو نأكد بس إن إجابتنا B هي الصحيحة. A combination production that is inefficient because there are unemployed resources. لا طبعا غلط. بيقول لي عند النقطة دي F في resources غير مستخدمة. لا غلط خالص. كل الريسورسز مستخدمة وأنا مش قادر ألحق النقطة دي. نمبر D none of these answers are correct. لا طبعا أنا عندي إجابة نمبر B إجابة صحيحة. تمام. السؤال رقم 4. Points in the production possibilities frontier are. نرجع تاني للبرودكشن possibilities frontier، هتلاقي بيسألني على البوينتس such as A, B and C, D. Are these points sufficient or insufficient, representing sufficiency or insufficiency in using or allocating resources? Actually, it describes the sufficiency of employing resources. So the answer would be number D. Moving to number 5, which of the following will not shift a country's production possibilities frontier outward? Which answer of the following will not cause an economic growth or shift the production possibility frontier outside? Number A, an advance in technology. Of course, this would increase the capabilities of the country to produce, so it would cause a shift or outward shift in the production possibility frontier. Number B, an increase in the labor force. Increasing labor force is increasing a resource. So increasing resources would mean that the production possibility frontier shifts outside to describe an increase in the GDP or increase in economic growth. Number C, an increase in the capital stock. Increasing capital stock also, like labor force, means increasing resources, which eventually will result in increase in economic growth, which also leads to outward shift of the production possibility frontier. Number D, an increase in unemployment, which is the answer or the one we need to complete such sentences in the question. Increasing unemployment means that there are resources that will be underemployed. Underemployment means that resources are not fully used or sufficiently used, so that it means the production possibility frontier will describe such shrinking of economic activity by shifting inward, not outward. So the correct answer to such a question would be an increase in employment would never cause a outward shift in the production possibility frontier. Number 6, economic growth is depicted by. On the graph, how do you depict economic growth? How do you draw a line that describes economic growth? طبعا يا شباب احنا قلنا قبل كده كذا مرة ان التغير في النشاط الاقتصادي او النمو في النشاط الاقتصادي بنعبر عنه بالنسبه للبرودكشن بوسيبيليتي فرونتير بنقول ان في ابورد شيفت اور اوتورد شيفت. لو انت هتشوف الفيديو الثاني بتاع نفس الشابتر، احنا بنشرح فيه البرودكشن بوسيبيليتي فرونتير وازاي بنعمل ابورد شيفت وداونورد شيفت وايه ده معناه وايه ده معناه. فهنا الايكونوميك جروث can be depicted by a shift in the production possibility frontier outward, which is number A. Yes, we did it. We choose, we made it bold. Number 7, which of the following is not part of the opportunity cost of going on holiday? بيقول لي أي مما يلي ليس من ضمن تكلفة الفرصة البديلة في الخروج في يوم الأجازة. يعني تخيل نفسك أنت خرجت في يوم الأجازة وبيسألك بقى ده يعتبر من تكاليف الفرصة البديلة لخروجك ولا لا؟ زي ما عرفنا قبل كده يا شباب، الفرصة البديلة أو تكلفة الفرصة البديلة هي عبارة عن أي حاجة أنت بتضحي بيها في سبيل إن أنت تحصل على اختيار. يعني أول إجابة number A, the money you spent on theater show there. The amount of money that you paid for the ticket in theater show is your opportunity cost. Okay, sounds correct, but still there are many other options that you have sacrificed for attending such a show. So money you spend on ticket or money you spend on theater is not enough. B, the money you could have made if you had stayed at home and worked. Yes, of course, the money that you have made, that you may have made if you had stayed at home and worked is one kind of your opportunity cost. That's a one kind of opportunity cost. The money you spent on food. What do you think? The money you spent on food while you're outside your home could be considered as an opportunity cost. Let's think it over. And moving to number D, the money you spent on airline tickets. Did you pay for airline tickets? Yes, of course. So it's considered to be opportunity cost. Back to number C, the money you spent on food. Let me ask you a question. While you stayed at home, either you stayed at home or get out, would you eat or not? Of course you will eat. That's a sure answer. يعني انت كده كده هتاكل، كلت في البيت كلت في المسرح كده كده هتاكل، فانت كده كده هتدفع تكاليف الاكل. فانا لما تيجي دلوقتي تحسب الاوبورتيونيتي كوست بتاعك، هل انت الفلوس اللي دفعتها في الغداء دي فلوس ضاعت عليك؟ لا، ما انت لو قعدت في البيت برضه كنت هتدفعها في الغداء. يبقى the money you spent on food is not considered as an opportunity cost of going out in a holiday. So the correct answer is number C. Number 8. Number 8 is storytelling. That tells us if you find a 20 sterling pound, if you choose to use the 20 sterling pound to do a football match, your opportunity cost of going to the game is. قول لي لو انت لقيت 20 جنيه وقررت تعمل بال 20 جنيه دي ان انت تروح تتفرج على ماتش مثلا، الاوبورتيونيتي كوست هنا تعتبر ايه؟ Number A, nothing because you found the money. Nothing because you found the money mean that anything that you find and not earned it and not worked for it mean that you can spend it anyway and have no regrets. Doesn't mean that you have costed yourself anything if you throw it away. Of course, this is wrong. Because even you earned such money or found it, you still have a resource. Spending such a resource means that you sacrificed options for one option for another. So it cannot be nothing. B, 20 sterling pound because you could have used the 20 to buy other things. Of course, that's right. You could have spent it on one option or another option. Plus, the value of your time spent at the game. Yeah, sure. The value of your time you spent at the game, you could have stayed home and worked or studied. You could have go out with your friends. You could have done anything. So there are plenty of options that you have sacrificed in order to go out for your football match, plus the 20 sterling pound that you paid for the ticket to attend that football match. So P so far is the correct one. So far, let's see number C. 20 sterling pound because you could have used the 20 sterling pound to buy other things, plus the value of your time. Of course, the half of the sentence is completely correct or 100% correct. The, there is still more of such answer, plus the cost of the dinner you purchased at the game. It is the cost of the meal or lunch that you have spent is an opportunity cost, as we discussed in number 7. No, money spent in food is not considered to be opportunity cost because either you stay at home or go out, you will eat and pay for food. So the money you spent on your food is not considered as an opportunity cost. The first half of the sentence is correct, which is described in number C. Okay, D. 20 sterling pound because you can have used the 20 sterling pound to buy other things. Only the 20 sterling pound is your opportunity cost. Of course not. My opportunity cost is the 20 sterling pound plus my time I have spent on the game. Plus this time I could have spent studying or working or doing any other thing, which means plenty of options, of course. Moving to question number 2, true or false answers. Please indicate whether the following sentence is true or false. Number 1, if an economy is operating in its production possibility frontier, it must produce less of one good to produce more of another. Of course, that what opportunity cost definition describes. In order to increase your production of bacon, you have to decrease your production of eggs because resources are limited. So allocating such resources mean that you would choose one option over another one. So number 1 is true. Okay, moving to number 2, points outside the production possibilities frontier are attainable but inefficient. Of course, this is not correct. Such points outside the production possibility frontier is unattainable at all. It's not attainable, not efficient, or neither efficient nor inefficient. It is unattainable at all. Number 3, if an economy were experiencing substantial unemployment, the economy is producing inside the production possibility frontier. This is correct because the points inside the production possibilities frontier may reflecting unemployment or underemployment. The economic or the economy is not producing at its full capacity. 3 is true. The production possibilities frontier is bowed outward because the trade-offs between the production of any two goods are constant. This is not correct. The production possibility frontier or the trade-off or the opportunity cost of one option in terms of another is not constant over the production possibility frontier. The production possibility frontier is bowed outward because the trade-offs are variable or changing. Suppose that okay, this is our vertical axis, which is representing God L. Here, this is God Y. The production possibilities frontier, as described in point number 4 mean that the production possibilities for there is straightforward from such point to such point, which is totally wrong. The production possibilities frontier is drawn like that, bowed outward. This is a constant trade-off or constant opportunity cost. In order to get one Y, you have to sacrifice one L. In order to get two Ys, you have to sacrifice two Ls, which is constant all over the production possibilities frontier. This one is not a production possibility frontier, while this one is the correct one. In order to produce one more unit of Ys, you have to sacrifice a little bit less more unit of Ls. Look at the graph. In order to increase Y by such amount, this amount, you have to decrease Y by such amount which is a little bit less than the Y's you can get. So number 4 is wrong. F. An advance in production technologies would cause the production possibilities curve to shift outward. Of course, this is right. T. Look here one more time. In order, this is advanced in technology. This is the original production possibility frontier. If we have an advanced technology, such production, such resources or our resources would be increased, which is detected or depicted on such a graph by outward shifting in the production possibilities frontier, which means increasing our capabilities to produce, moving from the original inside one to the outward. Here, thank you all for listening, and يعني أشوفكم إن شاء الله في سيكشن تاني، وإن شاء الله نتقابل على خير بإذن الله. شكرا، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.